Good afternoon. Happy Monday. We got work to do. We got orders on Poshmark, eBay, and Chris at peak.com. So we'll ship out all those orders. These are all our orders from the last 48 hours. So the last time I shipped was Saturday around noontime. You know the drill. We do this every Monday morning. I show you exactly what sold over the weekend. We go over all the orders. I pack and ship everything. I tell you how much I paid for the items, how much they sold for. We estimate profits. I tell you how long it took to sell and all that good stuff. So welcome in. Great place to ask questions. Great way to just talk shop. Run your mouth about your business. I want to hear what's going on. What's selling for you? What are you seeing that's hot out there? We had a really good weekend of sales. I'm excited about it. So 4 days in a row now of over 10 orders, actually 4 days in a row of 11 or more orders. So Thursday, 12 orders, Friday, 13, Saturday, 11, and then Sunday, 17, our big day. So a nice little run there. Today, I'm looking at one sale so far. So if I want the 10 plus streak to keep up, I gotta get my butt in gear for today. But welcome in, everybody. Say hello if you haven't said so already. Chemo, you are first. What is up, brother? Eric Hayes is in the house. E Hayes, everybody. How are you, brother? Good to have you in the live. Nice shirt. Oh boy, I appreciate that. It's a fun one. I like wearing this one. My party shirt. What's up? eBay for Life is in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Let me know, what are we going to ship first? eBay, Poshmark, or coffee from Chris at peak.com? Just let me know down below in the chat. I'm putting you in charge for just a moment. You can tell me what to do. Just type eBay, Poshmark, or coffee down below in the chat, and that's what I'll ship first. 26 sales since Saturday. Nice, little healthy action going on. I'll give you some numbers too, since we just wrapped up February. So January, I've compared to last year, so year over year, January 2026 compared to January 2025, I was down 9%, which is no fun. February, I was up from last year by $160, $165. I was up by 1% over last year. So that's good. And actually, February beat January, which never happens. February is one of my slowest months. But also, February has 3 less days than January, right? It ended on the 28th. So to have more sales in January and February is a really big win for me. So small win, big win, medium-sized win, whatever it is, you got to celebrate the wins when you have them in your business, right? No one's got to come and pat you on your back. You got to pat yourself on the back and celebrate your wins. So that's pretty good. I beat January by, what did I beat it by? $75. I beat February, beat January. So just barely beat it, but I'll take it. So plus 1% over last year in February. We'll take it. A little bit of sales growth. Welcome in, everybody. Doing it best I can, man. I'd love to hear that. Jacob says eBay. We'll do eBay first. You got it. E Hayes in second with the coffee. Hey, Mom, what's up? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're not working too hard down there. eBay first. Okay, we'll do eBay. 9K on eBay for February. Let's go. I love that y'all are sharing your sales and your sales numbers. I'm here to hear all about it. You still doing Whatnot, bro? I haven't done a show on Whatnot in it's been almost 2 years now since I've done a show on Whatnot. I like the platform. I just don't have the inventory for it at the moment. All right, let's kick into eBay. Keep those questions and comments going. I love hearing about what's going on in your business. A little something new today too. You might have already noticed if you're watching on Instagram. Right now, my streaming software did an update just this past week, and they added a new feature. So I can stream in like widescreen landscape mode and like the portrait mode, right? Like that's on like the phones, right? I can stream in both at the same time. So if you're watching on Instagram, you're probably watching me like, on the regular portrait mode. And if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, you can see me on widescreen. And here's the interesting thing. If you're on YouTube, it's streaming 2 different ways. So I think if you're on your mobile phone, you're actually seeing me in that vertical mode. But if you're watching like on a computer or a laptop or whatever, or a desktop, you're probably seeing me in the widescreen mode. It's actually doing both, which is kind of interesting and different. So let me know if you've noticed the difference, if you like it or if you don't like it, or appreciate the feedback. Just a new little feature offered by my streaming software. So figured I'd give it a whirl today. Tony says, quick question. When Nifty Auto delist, relist, my promoted listing percentage resets and I have to manually reapply it. Is that normal? Do you repromote daily? Yes. So Tony, the workaround for this, if you want to do the workaround for this, is to set an automated campaign for eBay. So what Tony's asking about is the promoted listings on eBay. They reset when Nifty delists and relists the item. Yes, that does happen. But what you can do to work around is simply set the your promotions to set it to an auto promotion so that every single item that gets listed on your eBay is promoted at the same rate. That way, when it repopulates on eBay automatically tacks on whatever promoted percentage that you choose for that automated campaign. If you don't know how to set up that automated campaign, I don't think I could walk you through it step by step right here because I did it once and I don't remember how I did it. But easy thing is you can just Google that and you can say, how do I set up an automated campaign on eBay? And it will show you the step-by-step process. That's exactly what you'll want to do if you want to do that workaround. Otherwise, you just got to add a promotion rate every single time. Wow, but way too long. No, you're right on time, brother. Good to have you. Salt is in the house. What's up, Salt? Profit for February was $2,800. Nice, Jacob. I like it. I'm on YouTube and you're horizontal. Nice. Are you on mobile or are you on like a desktop? Because right now it's showing me that it's doing both. I think if you're on mobile, it's probably showing me vertical, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm just trying it for the first time. What's up, Sandy? How are you? I'm currently 600 above year to date compared to 2025. You've been a great help for me in adjusting to retail versus bin sourcing in a new city. Glad to hear that, Sandy. I'll love to hear that you're plus $600. That's great. You're growing. I love it. On my phone too. Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I'm not sure. Maybe it's then I'm not sure. But whatever, I'm glad that you're here. However you're watching vertical or horizontal or whatever, welcome in. All right, so let's get rolling with some sales. We said eBay first. So I didn't print out my labels. Let me hit print on these. And so what's new? What's the latest over the weekend? Kim and I didn't work much over the weekend. We went hiking both days. Just did a really short hike on Saturday because we knew we had a little bit of a longer hike planned yesterday. Not really a long hike yesterday, but 5 miles. And we haven't been getting out all that much because of the weather and this, that, and the other thing. But so back-to-back days, we took it very easy on the first day. I think we hiked, might have been like 2 miles, a really easy hike on the Davidson River Trail in Pisgah by the fish hatchery, if you know where that is, off 276. And that was nice. Just got out, stretched our legs a little bit. And then yesterday we met some friends, Kate and Michael, and we went and we hiked John Rock, which is like an old classic for Kim and I. We usually get that hike in a couple times a year. First time this year. I think we did it twice last year. So that's about 5 miles, a lot of elevation gains, some really steep sections. I'm a little sore today if you care, but it was a good hike with friends and we had a great time. So if you care. Going back to listening. Oh, one more thing. How's the stop sign? It's a good question, man. The stop sign was actually down maybe 2 months ago. Again, I was like, I can't believe that the stop sign's down, but the stop sign appears to be at full mast. So we're doing good, brother. Mobile is vertical. Gotcha. Thank you for that feedback. Tap the screen. Don't be mean. You're so funny. What's up, Brenda? How are you? Is up. What's up? If you haven't said hello, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear about your weekend of sales. What's moving? What trends are you seeing? All right. Our first order is going to be, I guess this is reverse chronological order. I don't really want to do that order. Let's do this order. The sales setup. Let's go in chronological order, starting with the very first sale. So this would have been right around noontime on Saturday. When I finished up my shipping, the order started coming. Clay. Yesterday afternoon, the sales were just pouring in. It was crazy. And then they like shut off in the middle of the afternoon. I'm like, what happened? And I didn't get a sale for like 5 hours. And then I got a couple of late night ones, which is nice. Anyway, first sale going out is this AG Adriano Goldschmied. This is a pair of Everett Slim Straight 5-pocket pants. They're not jeans. They're actually like a khaki 5-pocket pant kind of thing. So not denim. 36 by 32 is the size. This sold for full asking price $32.99 on eBay, and the buyer paid $8.95 shipping. I paid $5 for these at a thrift store, so nice little profit there. I'll tell you the exact profit on this bad, Larry. If you have any questions about things, let me know. I'm going to try to be as transparent as possible with this live. Just giving a good, honest glimpse into my business, and I'm going to try to give you as much information and as much reality of this. This isn't like a hype train. This isn't like a highlight reel. I'm just showing you exactly what sold over the weekend and all that stuff. So the actual profit on this item after my $5 cost of goods, my fees, and my shipping label, $24.57. It's going to be $19.57. So nice profit here on that item. This is going out to Clay. Clay's in Dallas, Texas. Everything we're going to ship out is going to be USPS Ground Advantage. Every single item, USPS Ground Advantage. We're going to print all the eBay labels right through eBay using their eBay, the eBay shipping discount through USPS, and then all the Poshmark labels are going to go right through Poshmark. Everything will be Ground Advantage. Probably everything is going to go in a little poly mailer, just like this one right here. So this one's out the door with a profit of $19.57. That's after everything: shipping, fees, cost of goods. And if you want to add in 15 cents for like the shipping bag and the sticker and the label, you can add the 15 cents cost if you want to as well. This one, how long did it take to sell? Not a fast sale there. That took 300 days to sell. Probably just priced a little bit higher. I bet you if I priced this at like $29.99, I probably would have got a quicker sale. So maybe being up in the 30s on these is maybe not the best move, but sometimes you just have items that don't sell fast and you don't know why, but we still made our $19 profit. Next up is an order, another eBay Dunning golf polo. What's up? Stu is in the house. Any hot sauce today? Oop, I put the wrong one. Any hot sauce, brother? What's going on over in your neck of the woods? I haven't seen you on the whatnots lately. Maybe just because I haven't been paying attention, but first time live watcher here. I always appreciate your content, but for eBay, thank you. Good to have you for your first live. Thanks for being here. But for eBay, do you have all your items pre-weighed so you can just do the mass printing all at once? Right before I go live, I just take all the items, I throw them on my shipping scale, which is right under here. And then I just pop it all into the shipping screen. And then I do the eBay bulk shipping and I just put in, so I put in all my weights. And then once those are all right, I just hit print labels and do that. So that's the way I do it. Let me know if you have follow-up questions about that. I think I explained it okay, maybe. But I appreciate you being here for your first live. How cool is that? Oh, thank you so much, JW. The Hooper's Creek is delicious. We typically try to do the top shelf organic grocery store stuff, but this is clearly levels up. So good. Anyone on the fence, pull the trigger, do it. Thank you so much. If y'all want to check out our coffee, thank you for your coffee order. That was last Monday that you ordered during the live, right? If anybody wants to check out our coffee, we'll talk about it in a little bit here. It is behind me. These bags that you see, that's all of our Chris at Peak organic, fair trade, roasted fresh every Thursday coffee. So everything you see behind me was roasted on Thursday and delivered to our house Thursday. So if you want to check out the coffee, go ahead and check it out. Anybody who orders coffee during the live, I'll ship it out right here during the live stream, just like the eBay and Poshmark orders, and I'll give you a shout out, give you a big dose of gratitude and all that stuff. So thank you, JW. This is your second shout out. You bought last week, and yeah, thanks for coming back and bringing some positive vibes about it. See you later, E Hayes. Good to have you, man. What did I miss here? You mentioned eBay shipping. How do you feel about eBay charging fees on shipping charges? I don't really get caught up in all of that stuff, Monica. It's just, my feelings don't really matter. It's the price to do a business, and I just tend to be a sort of a matter of fact kind of guy, and that's the way eBay's been for a long time now. And I don't even think about it. I just keep thrifting, keep sourcing, keep finding great items, take photos of them, list them, ship them out every day, and keep trying to grow this business, every week, every month, every year. So I don't really think about stuff like that too much, or at all, to be honest with you. You're welcome. Hopefully that was a helpful answer right there. I want to say thank you. The reseller list organizer from Jason has been a game chaser. The reseller list organizer from Jason has been a game chaser. What's the reseller list organizer? Reseller list organizer. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. I want one of those. I'm making more than I realize. I feel like I'm making headway. Following you both have really changed my reselling game. Did Jay Hayes launch a product that I don't know about? Or maybe I'm just not picking up. Whatever it is helped. And 1-2, whatever that is. But thanks for sharing some positive vibes. Glad to hear that things are doing well. I think you just triggered one of my auto replies. I'm not sure which one, but you got something in your inbox, Kimberly. I'm not sure which one. You triggered my bot, and I'm not sure what it sent you. I should probably fix that. Next up is an order for Maria Dunning Golf Polo. This is, it's a nice golf brand, don't get me wrong, but as far as resale value is concerned, it's a mediocre golf brand. I don't pick up Dunning when they're used for the most part. I guess if I found a Dunning with a really good country club logo from like a top-notch highly ranked golf course, I'd probably pick it up, but otherwise I don't buy the used Dunning unless it was a couple of bucks. If I could find Dunning for like $2, I would buy it used and I would sell it on eBay and Poshmark typically sells in like the $15 to $17 range. So for $5, it's not really something that I pick up. Most of the stuff I found around here is $5 for shirts. So I don't pick up Dunning used, but brand new tags, I'll grab them from time to time. This one sold for full asking price, $29.99. It's got a nice pattern on it. Men's size large. I don't remember how much I paid for this shirt, but I picked this up retail clearance. This is going to Miami, Florida. Looks like as every single Monday we have sales that go out, and they're going to Miami, Florida, and they're probably going to a reshipper and getting shipped internationally. And that's a beautiful thing. They're great customers. These brokers, if you call them that, or reshippers, great customers. And I can just tell by the address on this. It's and there's like a whole bunch of numbers on here, like indicating like the customer number, the order number. So it's very clear to me that this one is going international through a reshipper, and it's beautiful. They are great customers. Every Monday we ship out at least one or two to an address in Miami or Durrell, Florida. And it's very, very common. I ship more stuff to Miami and Durrell for that same reason. Those are my two top like zip codes that I ship to, Miami and Durrell. Mostly reshippers. All right, next up is a Woolrich flannel. So nice mix of stuff today. We got summertime stuff like spring, summer clothes, short sleeves creeping in, but we also have some good old fashioned fall, winter stuff like this Woolrich flannel right here. Nice plaid pattern on this. This took a little while to sell. I was probably priced a little high. I just thought that pattern might sell it, like kind of like a unique look to it. Anyway, flannel shirt sold on a nifty best offer, $18.89. So nifty, my cross lister, also has automation tools. And one of those automation tools is I have it set to automatically send 10% off offers to people who watch items on eBay or like them on Mercari and Poshmark. So this customer, Maria, this international customer, liked this or watched this item. Sorry, this one's not for Maria. This one's for Lori. Lori watched this item on eBay. Nifty waited 10 minutes to see if Lori would buy it full asking price. Lori did not, so Nifty sent a 10% off offer, so $18.89. Basically clearing this one out. I had it listed for a while. It hadn't sold, so I lowered the price a little bit just to be a little bit more aggressive. And then Nifty set that 10% off offer to close the deal, which I love. It's a big, I mean, that Nifty offer thing is a game changer for my business. That's the first one that we're shipping out on Nifty Best Offer today, but I'm sure there'll be a handful more. We have those every single freaking day. This is also going out Ground Advantage. This customer paid $8.95 for the shipping label, and I bought the shipping label from USPS for $6.68. So I'll actually make a couple extra bucks off that shipping label. So my profit on this item that I paid $5 for at a thrift store, probably got to check in right around $11 on this item, maybe $12. So not like getting rich off that, but the thing here is filling up this bin with a whole bunch of items, many of which will make me somewhere between $12 and $15, but we'll also have some bigger sales in there that'll get us more like 20, 25, and 30. And that adds up. I don't care what each item, the profit per each item, that's not super, super important to me, but it's the bin. It's how much profit is going in this bin that's going to go out in the front door every single morning to get picked up by USPS. That's more what I'm interested in. So I love those small little sales too. Those really add up. Next up is a Adidas. I sold a bunch of Adidas polos. So seeing the polo train really get started. Choo choo. We can see brand new tag Adidas polo here. $100 retail. So this is a little bit of a nicer one. I can show it to you. Maybe you can see it. It's got like the trefoil logo right there that you can kind of see. And it has it says Adidas like right there, like on the chest pocket. So kind of a unique polo with a high retail value. So this one sold on a best offer of $44. $44. Or sorry, $40. $40 even. This one's going to Timothy. Timothy's in Homosassa, Florida. It's just a fun one to say, Homosassa. Going to Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. I believe I paid $10 for this retail, but I'm not exactly sure. It was on clearance. So I'm just going to say it was somewhere between 10 and $15, and this sold for 40. Sometimes I don't remember exactly what I paid for some of these retail items. But I got a bunch of these, which is the key. And actually, I'm going to ship out a couple more in just a few minutes here. Did I sell 3, 4? I sold 4 Adidas polos. I don't pick up all Adidas polos, new or used, but this is just a pretty unique one with a high retail value of $100. So that's why I grabbed a whole bunch of these. Kind of took a chance on them. I wasn't sure if they were going to sell. The sales history wasn't that great, and it's tough to gauge the sales history in January when people really aren't buying golf polos all that much, but they have been selling. So that ended up being a good deal for sure. I'm really excited about picking up all those. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're off to a great start to your week. I think I missed a comment here. Jenny, appreciate your comment. If you're still here, sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. It just happens sometimes. A lot of retail stores have winter jackets discounted. Buy now. There you go. 100%. Good afternoon, Wanda. Welcome in. I enjoy and appreciate your live video. Awesome. Well, thank you for the compliments. Glad that you find the content to be helpful. Do you allow offers on all your listings? Also, do you ever run sales on eBay? Yes, all listings I accept offers on. And on Poshmark and Mercari, you automatically accept offers on everything. So you don't have a choice to turn off offers, but on eBay also, everything I have offers turned on. Do I ever run sales on eBay? I haven't really been doing that recently because what I'll do is I'll update the prices of items on Nifty. So then Nifty, when I change it on Nifty, it changes it on all 3 platforms. So it changes on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari for me all at once, as opposed to doing a sale on eBay, which would only put the sale on eBay. Nothing wrong with that approach. I think sales are a really smart strategy. I just sort of replace that strategy with just doing a markdown through Nifty. That way it's cheaper on all the platforms. I think that makes sense. But I like sales as a strategy for sure. My coffee will be here today. Can't wait. Appreciate you being chill until Thursday so I could ship those out fresh for you. But you got fresh coffee roasted on Thursday. Dropping off today. Hope you enjoy it. Please send some feedback when you do get it. Hope you enjoy a nice warm or cold cup. I actually have some iced coffee or cold brew actually right here. This is the Black Mountain Dark Roast, cold brewed overnight. And then it's put a little bit of oat milk in there. Delicious. Kimberly has it in his recommended stuff. I'm at work, so drawing a blank on the name, but it keeps me organized and helping me capture my sales and inventory. His video on how to use it is amazing. That's awesome. Are you referring to his spreadsheet? Are you referring to that, or is there another product that I can't think of right now? But that's awesome. I'm glad it's helpful. Do you sell on Mercari? I do. Most Goodwills bring new racks out at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. in my area. Good to know. The worksheet, totally not calling it the correct things. The worksheet, the spreadsheet. Okay, I have Nifty too. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be way quicker to execute a sale on eBay. You can just start a sale, put everything 15% off. It's going to be way quicker to do it that way. But I just mark things down in Nifty. There's no right or wrong way. There always are right ways, right? But there's not necessarily a wrong way to do it. What did I miss? Brew bag. Sorry, I missed your comment. Any advice on restarting eBay? I do men's clothes. What is the first thing you would do? The first thing I would do would be to take photos of an item that you probably already have and list it on eBay and go through the whole process. That would be the first thing I would do. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have more specific questions too that I can be helpful with. All right, next order is going out to Noah. This I just picked up. This is a fast sale. How quickly did this one go? This took 1 day. I listed this on Saturday and it sold on Sunday. So I'd say that's fairly quick. I'd go with that. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a little reverse weave hoodie. It's got the pony on the chest. It's like a cotton and polyester blend, full zip. I love selling these. These sell really, really well, especially in the wintertime, fall and wintertime. Typically, I sell these for right about $35, but this one had a couple of small holes in my most recent YouTube video, but it had a couple of small holes on the shoulder. I didn't even notice it, and I featured it in that YouTube video. But I noticed the holes when I was listing it, so I priced it down. I think I priced it at $28.99. I wanted to get it to the bottom of the market so that even with all this item for some pretty good money, I got a quick offer at $23.99 on this one. So I took that offer, $23.99. I paid $5 for this just last week, a couple days ago at a thrift store. So even with the flaws, got this out the door for $23.99. Again, without the flaws, especially it's a good size 2XL. I'm listing this for $35.99 without the flaws. I sold one of these just maybe 2 weeks ago, super quick for that same price point. So yeah, anyway, don't be scared of items with flaws. Don't intentionally buy items with flaws, but you're going to get stuff home sometimes. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to miss things. And most of the time you can still sell those items. You just got to do a couple things. You got to make sure that you point out the flaw in your item title, in your item description, and in the photos. Have a close-up. And I just use a pen as a pointer to point right at whatever those flaws are. So there's no confusion for the customer, no smoke and mirrors. They know that this is a flawed item. Then you're going to want to price it below the market value. So you're at the bottom of the market. So somebody who wants a deal and doesn't really care about a small little pinhole on the sleeve, they'll get their deal and they'll be happy. I get very, very, very few returns on flawed items because I take those precautions. I make sure that I disclose the flaw in all three places: title, description, photos. Super, super important. And they sell. And a lot of times they sell quick because people are scrolling through and they see your price like, wow, that's really cheap. So most of these hoodies are going to be in the $30 range. And boy, mine's at $28.99. So it gets attention. It gets a lot of clicks. And then someone's like, cool, I'll take a deal. So 24-hour sale right there. Not getting rich off that, but I'll tell you exactly how much I made in profit on that after fees and shipping and all that stuff. And my cost of goods of $5. That'll be I made is that right? Shipping $9.95, shipping label $9.60. Yep, $16.34. So minus my $5 buy cost, I made $11.34 off a flawed item, and it sold in 24 hours. So that's a beautiful thing. I won't even pay that the credit card bill on that purchase. I won't have to pay that until February. Let's see, March now. It'll be April 15th before I pay for that. So I already got the profit before I even paid for the item. I love those nice quick sales, even with the flaw. Yes, spreadsheet. Okay. I was like, did he launch something else? Spreadsheet. Yeah, we're on the same page, Kimberly. It took us a little while to get there, but we are on the same page. What's better for you if you watch on what's better for you if we watch on You Are In? Michelle? I don't know if don't know if I'm picking up what you're asking about. I'm sorry. Found my first, I think there's maybe a typo there. Found my first purple label polo Ralph Lauren on Saturday and sold it yesterday for $85. Let's go. Love finding that purple label. Could have probably got 100, but fast money is good money. I love it, man. Great flip. I'm with you on that. $85. You probably paid what, like $5 or $10. That's a great flip. I love to hear that. Love when y'all tell me about your good ones. Enjoyed your last thrift haul video. I did not make it to that auction I sent the link to. Ended up at the doctor's. Sorry to hear that. Now have meds to take. Anyways, got to sit and watch for a few. Well, Edward, hope all is well on your end. If you need the positive vibes, I'm sending them your way. And thanks for the compliment on the last thrift haul video. I didn't even hype it yet. I should have talked about it. So yesterday, and what I'm doing is every Sunday, I'm dropping my weekly YouTube video. I'm dropping at Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So if you haven't checked out yesterday's thrift haul video, I dropped it yesterday. Go check it out. I'll give you the link to YouTube right here. If you haven't, keep watching here. I'd love having you in the live, but if you haven't subscribed over on YouTube, you might want to go hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the when you go over there. So go to my profile, hit where it has the bell icon, and then turn on, set it to share all notifications or turn all notifications on. That way, when I go live, you'll get notified. When I drop a new YouTube video, you'll get notified there too. So if you haven't subscribed over there on YouTube, now's your chance. Go take a second to do it. But please check out that freaking YouTube video. 30 items. I go through every single item. I share comps, like recent sold comps on the screen to show you the value of the item. And I talk through why I picked up each of those particular items and what made that item a pick for me versus a pass maybe. So I think those videos are just loaded with knowledge. So hope you enjoy it. Mercari used to be my top platform, but it suddenly stopped. I don't know what is going on with them. Candy, I'm going to be honest with you. You are the first person maybe ever that said to me, maybe one other person has said it and I don't remember, but I think you're the first person to ever say to me that Mercari was their top platform. It's like, that's wild to me. Mercari is like 3% of my sales every month. I'll double check what it actually is, like the stats. But yes, Mercari has gone down. It used to be like 6% or like 7% of my sales. I think at one point way back when it was like 8%, but I think it's 3% now. So I'm with you that Mercari has gone down 100%. I'm with you on that. But the fact that it was your number one platform is wild to me. But everybody's business is a little bit different. Mercari for this year. What the heck? Oh, my spreadsheet was taking a second to load. I was like, why is my spreadsheet blank? Let's just do one quick thing here. So I've sold nothing so far in March. It's only the second, but 2.4% of my sales for 2026 have been through Mercari. And remember, this sales spreadsheet doesn't include coffee. It doesn't include content or anything else. This is just eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Amazon. 2.4% of my sales are from Mercari. It used to be like, 5, 6, sometimes 7. I think at one point it was 8%, never higher than that. But now it's 2.4%. How about that? Getting rich off Mercari. Check this out. All year on Mercari, I have $574.68 for the whole year. But just yesterday, I had $590 in sales on eBay. Just yesterday, in one day. In one day, yesterday, I outsold the whole year on Mercari by about $25. It's just, it's just a different world over there. I don't know what else to say about it. All right. All right, just a quick little block over there. In respect to helping support you, do you benefit more from us viewing on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram? Honestly, for me, I appreciate that question. Watch where it makes the most sense for you. If it makes no difference to you wherever you watch, I would say watch on YouTube. That benefits me the most. But to me, I'm just happy you're watching. That's all. But I do appreciate that question. That's a cool question. Where can I find the spreadsheet? I'm going to give you a direct link to that spreadsheet, and I'll also give you a link to get 10% off the spreadsheet if you decide to buy it. So just give me 1 second here. I'll bring that up. Actually, let's do one thing. I can't drop you the link, by the way, on Instagram. I've just had like a brain fart. So what you'll want to do, AXW, what you want to do is just tap on my logo or tap on my name and go to my profile, and you'll see a link to my website, chris@peak.com. Go there and you're going to see a link to like all my recommended reseller supplies, and you'll find that spreadsheet right there. Sorry, I just can't, the links, you can't click on links in Instagram lives. So that's the easiest way to do it. Just go to my profile, find my website, chris@peak.com, and then find that recommended reseller supplies list. And you'll find right near the top of that, you'll find that spreadsheet, and you'll see the discount code for 10% off your purchase on there too. So I would drop you the code, but you won't be able to click it. Historically, eBay has been my best platform, but for the last month has been Poshmark, and I'm not even sure why. No complaining. Love the nifty cross listing. It's just very weird. Hey, take it. Money's money, right? There'll be ups and downs. I think I've had 2 months all time where my Poshmark was better than my eBay, but that's been a few years since that happened. What's up? Miss Tempting Treasures is in the house with a smile. Welcome. Hello, Faith. Welcome in. Good to have you. What did I miss up here? You're welcome, AX. So one of the things that by offering the live stream in this vertical mode or portrait mode, which is a new thing that my restreaming software just added this past week. One challenge, one not so good thing is when you go live on YouTube and you go in that portrait mode, it puts you out into like whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the FYP or puts you out into the world. And YouTube has a lot of like 14 and 15-year-olds that just go on YouTube just to say nasty stuff. So we'll probably see some of those people pop in here and say stupid things. So we'll see how much of that we get. We'll probably, if we get too much of that, then I'll just stop streaming in the portrait mode over there on YouTube. But it kind of puts us out into like a, what do you call it? Like the more, like the people's feed. So, people can be scrolling by. They don't know who the heck I am. But my live will be out in front of them. Whereas usually you're only going to see my live on YouTube if you're a subscriber. So that's the challenge with going in that portrait mode. You get more people, but the more people in that case isn't always the best thing. So we might have to give some more people the boot. We'll see. But that's what happens when you get like little teeny boppers coming on in here. All right, next up is an order for Dave. Dave picked up 2 of these Adidas shirts. This is one of the benefits when you do retail arbitrage and you get a whole bunch of stuff from the same brand as you start getting some bundle orders. So this wasn't a bundle. I didn't list these together as a bundle. I suppose I could have, but the buyer came in and just bought each of these Adidas shirts. So these are the same as the last one I showed you. He bought a blue one and a cream one. Retail on these is $100, and got the trefoil logo. You can see the little Adidas spell out right there on the pocket too, and right there too. So anyway, altogether, this buyer paid $58.29, plus they paid $13.90 shipping on these. So nice little sale right here. We are all adults here, so we can ignore. I hear you. I trust that. Woo. I was just kind of letting you know preemptively what the deal is. If you see some people popping into the chat that seem like they might be from another planet, they probably are. This is for Dave. I guess doing that is kind of like the prank calls of like the, back in yesteryear. Now you just go into YouTube lives and put funny comments. I guess that's probably the equivalent. But I think prank calls are probably still more fun, but I guess that's not a thing no more. Each their own. So nice little sale right there. 2 shirts, $58 plus shipping. We will take it. The shipping label only cost me $6.68, so I'll make like $6 or so on the shipping. But that's not like I'm taking advantage of that person. They bought the first shirt for $33.30. That was actually on a nifty best offer. And then they came back and they offered $24.99 in the second one. And basically they were just like acknowledging that $7 difference or so between their $33 price and the $25 price that they paid for the second one. So it was kind of like an unspoken agreement that second offer was because they were going to be paying for shipping twice. So it's not like I'm taking advantage of that person. We kind of knew, we each knew what was going on. No taking advantage of people right there. Next up is going to Arkansas. We got a size 4XL Columbia. So when I start selling Columbia, I sold 2 Columbias over the weekend. So Columbia is a low sell-through rate item in most cases. There are some Columbias that sell better than others, but if I'm just going to sell a basic plaid Columbia short sleeve button down shirt like this, when these start selling, that means we're really switching into the good season, because low sell-through rate items tend not to sell off season. A short sleeve shirt is off season basically from October through February. Now that we're into March, we're on season, and some low sell-through rate short sleeve shirts will start selling. So it's a very good sign. I sold 2 Columbias over the weekend, a couple of Polo Ralph Lauren cotton polos, like the short sleeve ones, those classic ones, another low sell-through rate item. Sold a couple of those. So that's telling me that we have arrived into spring buying season. It is official. It is official. Some of you might have seen that I just started doing what I'm dubbing as Polo Week, right? So I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch of polo sales, and I'd love to feature some of your really good polo sales, like Polo shirt, not Polo the brand. And the reason I do this, I did this at Jacket Week. I did it back in October, is a way to show people like, hey, get your wintertime stuff listed now. Now is the time to sell winter stuff. Don't wait till December. There's a lot of really great sales at the beginning of the season or even before the season starts. So technically we're not in spring yet, right? But this is right now the best spring selling season. It starts right now. As it starts thawing out, people buy for the next season, the season that's coming. So this week is Polo Week. It started yesterday. And every day I'm going to be dropping some of your best polo sales. If you want to get in on the action, just DM me on IG or Facebook and DM me like the sale, a screenshot of the sale where it shows the sale price and the little image, the item title, that thing. Send me an image or a screenshot of that in a DM on Instagram or Facebook. You can't DM on YouTube. And I'll make a post showing off your awesome polo sale. Of course, I'll say it's your sale. I won't say it's my sale. just a fun way to feature those sales and like really get the word out there. They're like, hey, spring and summer stuff is selling. Polo week. So, and we're shipping a ton of polos. We've already shipped 4 polos today, and there's more still to come. Next up is a long sleeve shirt, ironically. What's up? Absolute Finds is in the house. Long sleeve polo, nice gingham check pattern, men's size 5XB. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren, retails for $125. It is brand new with tags. This is one of the ones where the tag is like down below, so you can't see it, but sold for $55.99. I think I paid $25 for the shirt and flipped it for $55.99. This one took a little while to sell, but I also had a handful of these. This is going internationally through eBay's international shipping program. I know that because the shipping label, the address is going to Glendale Heights, Illinois, to their eBay shipping facility. So this is going to Dominic. So nice little flip here. Absolute Finds. I'm glad yard sales are starting again. Finally, that's nice. I don't know that it's a little early for yard sales still in our neck of the woods, but maybe towards the end of the month, I'll probably start seeing some of those pop up. It's still, it's like weather that you can't count on yet. We could still get snow this time of year. So even though we had a warm-ish weekend, next weekend, you just never know. It could be snowing. But yes, garage sale season is fun. All right, this one's going out to, internationally. So that's gone. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren, another one, brand new with tags. And this one's kind of fun. It's like a tie-dye style. So brand new with tags, retail is $110. And you can see how it has like that gradient tie-dye. So it's three colors. You can't see all three, but it is blue, then white. I guess it's like a lighter blue, and then orange at the bottom. So a little tie-dye. This sold for $64.99. I paid $30 for this one. Love picking up unique Polo Ralph Lauren. I don't mind paying $30 for them and selling them for $64.99. I'll tell you what my exact profit on an item like this is. And by an item like this, I mean what my exact profit was on this item to give you an idea of what types of margins I look for. So after shipping and fees, eBay is going to pay me out $56.62. I paid $30 and I made a profit of $26.62. A lot of you might be saying, I don't want to spend $30 to make $26. I don't really care. I'm just happy that I made $26. The $30 up front doesn't really matter to me. Like I have the budget to spend on that sort of thing. For me, it's like $26 is above average for me. My like average profit per item is probably around $16. So to make 26 on this one is squarely above average. I'm fine with that. I'll pay $30, especially because I bought multi-quantity of this item too. So it makes it easier to list. I just put, one round of photos, set the quantity to, I think it was like 3 that I got of these. So set the quantity to 3 and make $26 a shirt. I'm all freaking for that kind of thing. So this one's going out to Kathy. And going to Howell, New Jersey. Let me know down below in the chat. Are you down for that sort of thing? Spending $30 to make $26? I do that all the time with Polo Ralph Lauren. It was 60s here yesterday, and it was snowing today with 2 inches already. How about that? So we had, I think the high yesterday here was 70. We hiked John Rock, and when we got out to, it's like this beautiful view that you look out over Looking Glass, which a lot of people are familiar with Looking Glass if you visited Western North Carolina. It's one of the more famous hikes. Looking Glass is right across the street from John Rock. Anyway, you get to the top of John Rock. It's this big rocky outcropping, beautiful views. We sat up there, had some snacks or whatever, but it was freezing cold up there because it was just like windy. So like I had my like little fleecy thing on. I'm hiking in my t-shirt, and then I had my little fleecy thing on. I took out my rain jacket and put that on too, because just some clouds moved in and the wind moved in. I was like, whew, it was cold, but I like that. It's the beauty of being outside too, and just enjoying what Mother Nature gives to you. Next up is a brand new with tags Jordan t-shirt. Bought I don't know if I say a bunch or a handful. I feel like this particular one, I might have bought like 8 of these, and they were $10 a piece. and I'm making $23.99. So it sold for $23.99 plus shipping. I'm gonna make about $1 off the shipping. So my profit on this is actually really low, but I freaking love picking up something like this because again, it's one listing, one round of photos, set the quantity to whatever it was, and just keep making profit. So after shipping and the shipping label fees and my cost of goods, I'm going to make $8.82 off the shirt. But every time one sells, it's $8.82, and it was one listing. So I love that kind of thing. And I've already sold a handful of these shirts too, and I just picked them up about a month ago, and they are moving. So I like it. And those t-shirts, they'll start rolling downhill here pretty quickly too. I'll sell out of those nice and quick and wish I had more of them. All right, so this is Chris in Millbrook, Alabama. Thanks for your order, Chris. $1 is $1. There you go. Another one. See ya. Told you we'd get some weirdos. Just started snowing again just now in Maryland, over 60-degree weather over the weekend. Crazy, 60s and snow. And that's one of the reasons why this is one of the best times of year to sell clothing on eBay and Poshmark, is because all seasons sell right now. It's not just the golf polos and stuff. I'm selling jeans. I'm selling jackets still. I sold a hoodie, like a heavy sweatshirt already. You kind of get everything kind of selling. Now, some of the heaviest winter jackets, you'll start to see those fade away. Some of the real depths of winter kind of stuff you'll see fade away, but stuff that you can wear spring and fall is still going to keep selling for a little bit. So that's what's beautiful about March and April for sure. Next up is Rob. Rob got a pair of Wallace & Barnes chinos. These took about 6 months to sell, which I was kind of surprised. I forgot that I had them, but they sold for full asking price, $39.99. I won't be able to show you the logo, but Wallace & Barnes is made by J. Crew. And I would say, I'm trying to think of an example of something from Wallace & Barnes that I wouldn't pick up. I guess if it was overpriced at a thrift store, but Wallace & Barnes tends to be a really good pickup about anything from them, as long as it's in good condition. Anyway, I paid $5 for these chinos, and they sold for $39.99. So, nice sale right there. That's one of the better profit margin flips. Not a crazy flip, a pair of khakis, but let's see what the profit is on that altogether. Let's see how. So I paid $5. eBay's paying me out after shipping and fees $30.24. So I'm going to make $25.24 on this one. And this is going to Rob. Still got a good amount of sales if you're just popping in. So if you're popping into the live and you're busy, you're working, you're wrangling the kids, you're running errands, whatever it may be, remember all these lives are available as a replay on YouTube and Facebook. So you can rewatch the whole thing. You can fast forward through the boring stuff when I'm babbling about nothing. You can rewind to the good sales that you want to double check and take a look at it and all that stuff. So that's on YouTube and Facebook. As soon as this live is over, the replay is available. If you are watching on the replay, if you can write SHIP, SHIP, down below in the chat so I know you're watching, I get back to all the questions and comments on the replays as well. Those are always fun to hear from you. And it's always fun when people think they're watching the live and they're watching the replay and they try to engage in a conversation and then they realize it. They're like, oh, gotcha, this is a recording. It's always kind of funny. So if that happened to you, I'm not making fun of you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. It's all good. Next up is a Wrangler sale. I love finding these. This is a sneaky good find. My favorite things to find are items that a lot of resellers are going to pass by because they don't think it's good. And I love sharing these with you because it's a great way to make money, is finding these really common items that people don't know are valuable. So this is a Wrangler, and this is a Wrangler Retro. You can usually tell these are a lot of valuable Wranglers because they have that W sewn into the pocket there, and they have the leather patch on the back. Now, I'm not telling you to pick up every single pair of Wranglers that you find that has that W and has that patch, but if you find the W and the patch, the leather one, look it up. see what you got. There's a model number on the inside of the fly. You can just look up that model number to get an idea of what the item is. This one, if you're wondering, the model number is 1077 MWZDX. So there you go. This pair sold for $24.99, and this leather patch is kind of like unsewn, like on two sides, out from the item title in the description and in the photos. And I still got the $24.99 sale. I typically sell these for more like 30 bucks. This is a Wrangler Retro Slim boot cut. So it's a good seller. I've been selling a lot of them lately. They've been hot for me. So $24.99, even with that little bit of patch issues. Nice dark wash on this too. Boot cut is hot. You can find Wrangler Retro. It's worth looking up what you find. I'll just say that. Obviously, your buy cost matters. I pay up for these. Sometimes I'll pay even 10 bucks for these because they tend to sell pretty quick for me, depending on the model. And I can usually get close to 30 bucks for them. This one is going to Randall. The thing about jeans, man, is they are so easy to comp because most jeans have a model name on them, and just filter it by the size too. So really like dig in, and you can find some really good sell-through rates on very specific sizes sometimes. This is a size 32 by 34. And that's another thing. Oftentimes, this isn't always true. Oftentimes the inseam of 34 or even 36 can have a higher sell-through rate, but you just look it up. Anything you find, people always ask me, how much are these worth? I'm like, I don't know. You got to look them up. What's the sell-through rate on this pair of jeans? I don't know. Just look it up. You got the same eBay tools at your fingertips as I do. I don't have like a secret eBay tool. It's the same eBay app that you have. Next up, another one of these mediocre spring and summer time sellers, where it's a mediocre seller that picks up during spring and summer. So this is a Polo Ralph Lauren. I'm trying to show you the pony. I think you can see it. Anyway, Polo Ralph Lauren, pony on the chest. The older style tag on this one. Just a gray short sleeve polo style shirt, right? Very, very common item. You can find these at any thrift store across America. I paid $5 for it. This sold on a nifty best offer of $17.10. So my cross-lister Nifty also has built-in automation tools. One of those automation tools is that it automatically sends 10% off offers to people who have watched the item on eBay or liked it on Poshmark or whatnot, or Poshmark or Mercari, whatnot. What am I talking about? Great little tool. I'm a big fan of it. It gets me extra sales every single day. I think this is our third Nifty auto offer sale from the weekend. If you're just popping in, we're shipping all the weekend orders, eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and coffee orders from chris@peak.com. We're shipping it all out. I'm telling you exactly what I paid for these items, how much they're selling for, what the profit is, about how long they took to sell, and trying to get into like, the little nitty gritty about what makes items valuable versus not. This Polo Ralph Lauren is a slow seller during the summertime, but these polo shirts, but once it starts warming up, these become a good seller. We're shipping out 2 of these today. Got another one still to go. So this one probably took a long time to sell. I'm guessing it probably sat through the whole winter. So let's take a look here. I picked it up last June 11th. So honestly, this is a better time. March is a better month to sell summertime stuff than June is, believe it or not, just because June isn't a great retail shopping month. It's kind of like we're already into the summertime. People have already bought their stuff in March, April, and May. So picked this up in June. It sat through the winter, and now it's going out. It literally sold yesterday on March 1st. I mean, this is classically what happens when I find kind of mediocre sell-through rates, summertime, spring stuff. If I find that late in the summer or middle of the summer, oftentimes I know that I'm going to wait until March 1st to sell this. And that literally followed that exact routine. And it went on literally March 1st. So there you have it. Next up is a order for Josh. Kimberly says, I sold Wrangler shorts this weekend that I bought for 25 cents. I like that. Can't beat that buy cost, right? I'm a UK seller. I buy Wrangler jeans, do well, especially Texas stretch. I love to hear that. Best first quarter sellers for you. Why do you want to know about first quarter sellers? First quarter is already 66.8% done, or I don't know what the number is, but it's 2/3 done. But if what you probably want to know is what are my best spring summer sellers, because that's the season we're walking into. People start buying stuff for spring and summer in March, even if it's cold in their area, because people buy for the next season. So you're going to sell more like shorts and short sleeve shirts and stuff in March, April, and May than you will in June, July, and August, because people buy early in the season. Of course, people still buy it in the summertime, but you know what I mean? Like, it's got to have higher sell-through rates before the season starts and at the very front end of the season. And then by the time you get to June and July, you're like, I already got shorts. I already got short sleeve shirts. I'm good. And then you got to wait till August and September kick in before people start buying jeans and flannels and sweaters and jackets, and that whole season picks up. But it's always like people are buying for the season that's coming or the season that just started. So if I'm you, I wouldn't be concerned with first quarter sellers. It's a good question, but it's not a great question. The great question is what is selling now, and it's spring and summer stuff. Watching you and washing front porch furniture. I love it. I love it. What did I miss here? We're talking about the weather. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. Is there a secret to getting noticed on eBay's? Better photos than your competition. Really great keywords so that your items show up in search results, and then promoting your items on eBay. Because remember, you're competing with a whole bunch of people that are selling very, very similar items. Some of you probably had that same Polo Ralph Lauren shirt in your store. Same one, same size. Mine got bought. Yours is still sitting there. Might be because my photos are better. Might be because my keywords are better. Might be because I'm promoting. I'm also cross-listing onto other platforms, and I have Nifty's automation tools, which help me show up higher in search results. So I look for any little advantage that I can get. There's no one secret sauce. It's doing all the things better than your competition. Same thing if you opened up a restaurant and there was a whole bunch of restaurants on the same street in the same town. There's no one secret to competing well as that restaurant. It means you have to execute everything really well. You have to put out really good food, really good drink, really good service. You have to have great parking, and you have to have great marketing, and you have to execute that on a consistent basis regularly, right? So that's how you would compete with a new restaurant on a street that was busy with restaurants. There's no one secret to it. It's not like, well, on this street, here's what you got to do. No, you just got to do everything better than your competition, and you got to do that consistently over time, and that's how you win. It's the same thing with eBay. eBay is no different than any kind of main street business or any kind of like big box store business. You just got to execute at a really, really high level. Next up, order for Josh. I've showed you a couple of these recently. This is a good seller for me, kind of sneaky good. So I usually pick up Columbia shirts that are like the PFG, they're polyester or nylon, they're moisture wicking, they have vents, like the mesh vents, the shirts that people would wear to go out and fish, or shirts that they wear to look like they're going out to fish. That's a thing too. This one's a cotton one, but I picked it up anyway. It's an older tag, and you can see that the model here is River Lodge, but it's got this all over kind of textured, it's kind of hard to see through the bag, but it's all over fish print on it. So this one sold on a best offer of $17.99. Not getting rich, but I oftentimes sell these fish print shirts, even like over 20 bucks. Sometimes I'll get like 21 or $22, but took the offer on this one. Second Columbia to go out over the weekend. So Columbia is very much so an item that sits around in my store all winter. It sells a little bit. I've sold a handful of them, but starting March 1st is when we really start seeing these low sell-through rate items that are in season. They start taking off. Out of season, low sell-through rate items really stink. But I don't care. I stock up on stuff like this so that I can have a slamming, jamming March and April. I love picking these ones up. And I put in big letters all over fish. You can also use the keyword AOP. Sometimes people will search for that too. AOP is for all over print, if you were wondering. Some of you picked it up, but there was somebody out there that was like, what the heck? All right. Not great profit there, but man, I find Columbia all over the place. It is just such a common brand, and people buy it like crazy. But just don't expect it to sell in like December, especially if it's like a short sleeve shirt. Next up is this Nike shirt. This was not a good pickup. Every now and again, I'll go with my gut on something, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. This is a time that it didn't work. So we got a Nike Golf Tour Performance shirt. I don't usually pick these up for $5. It's just they usually sell like 12 to 15 bucks is like where you'll see a lot of these sell. So really crowded market, ton of those out there. So I usually don't pick them up. But man, this had like this red, white, and blue kind of scheme going to it. Nice little, I don't know. I just like the pattern on it. I was like, I'm going to give it a go. I bet you I can get maybe $16 or $17. This will sell at the top of the market. I'll get good money for it. I even put in some really good keywords like red, white, and blue, USA, but it did not go well. I had to lower the price, And then Nifty sent a 10% off best offer, $12.59. I paid $5 for it, sold it for $12.59. Not getting rich there, but I took a shot. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's not so great, but I still made profit on it. It's just, I'll tell you exactly how much profit I made. This one's going to Billings, Montana. See, even in Montana, they're buying freaking golf polos. Mediocre golf polos at that, a Nike one. So, and when I say that, I'm not saying that the Nike polo that you are wearing is mediocre, but from a reseller perspective, it's got a mediocre sell-through rate and a mediocre average sale price. That's what I mean when I say mediocre. So after shipping and fees, I'm going to make $6.04 on this, but I took a shot on it. It didn't work. I sold it anyway, still made my $6. Look, that's not a core part of my business, right? I'm not trying to, go against the metrics, go against the data and use my gut. I don't do that too often. Sometimes when I do it, it works. And this is an example where it didn't work. The item sat around. I had to lower the price and get it gone. And Nifty helped me get it gone too, which is a beautiful thing. So anyway, this one is going to Billings. It's going to Paul. Got to make a thank you card here for Paul. I would imagine like Billings, Montana is one of the colder places in the country. Probably in like the 95th percentile of cold places. And shipping a golf polo up there. This is our last eBay order. We're going to switch over to some Poshmarks. Some Poshmarka. Hope everyone's having a good start to the week. Happy Monday. It's kind of a gray, not kind of, it's a gray day here in Asheville. I thought it might like kind of burn off, so to speak, and the sun come out, but that has not yet happened. It's just kind of gray. It was getting bright for a minute there. Is there a link to your eBay store? Yep, just go to chris@peak.com. You can find links to all of my stuff. Do you set eBay to 1-day shipping? Yes. 1-day shipping and free returns allows those listings to be top rated seller plus, which means I get a 10% discount on my eBay final value fees. What did I miss here? I didn't miss anything. Welcome in. Let me know. I'd love to hear how your sales are going, what's moving for you and all that stuff. Hey, Wolf, welcome in. Next up is Poshmark. All right. Actually, let's do some. I got a coffee order. I got 2 coffee orders at chris@peak.com. So let's go ahead and ship these out. So our first order is for Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. And actually, Cheryl, this is her second time ordering. So Cheryl, thanks for coming back for more. That's my favorite. That tells me that you like the coffee, you love the coffee, and you came back for your second order. So that's great. That's probably my most exciting order. Like I love when people order for the first time. That's really fun. But the second time, you're like, okay, cool. They liked it. They're digging it, and now we got them on board as a customer. So thank you, Cheryl. Welcome on board for a customer. We're gonna get this coffee shipped out to you. So last time Cheryl ordered, I think she ordered 2 different bags. So last time Cheryl ordered the dark roast and the medium roast, and today she came back and bought both 2 bags of the medium roast. So that tells me that's her favorite out of the 2. So if you want to check out our coffee, hey, what's up, Frenchie? Welcome in. My hype man is in the house. Frenchie is here. So boom. If you want to check out our coffee, I just dropped the link down below in the chat. If you're on Instagram, I can't drop links in the chat. You can't click on them. So just click on my name and go to my website. You'll find the coffee. If you want to get a bag of coffee while we're here on the live, I'd love to ship you a bag. If you buy it here on the live, I'll pack it up and ship it to you with a big dose of gratitude right here on the live, which is good, clean fun. It's my favorite part of the day is shipping coffee to people that are out there. I know you. Unlike eBay customers, which are strangers. You might be strange, but you're not a stranger. So the next order is going to Cheryl. She's got 2 bags of our medium roast. So all of our coffee is fair trade and organic. And we get it roasted every Thursday by our roasting partner, Dynamite Roasting in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And so everything that I'm shipping today was just roasted on Thursday. If you've never had coffee that's like fresh roasted like that comes from like a local coffee roaster in your town or something, the difference is remarkable. It's like when you have a garden and you grow like fresh tomatoes organically in in your garden. And you have that as opposed to that thing that you buy from the grocery store that was picked like a couple weeks ago somewhere in Mexico or something. Not that there's anything wrong with Mexico. So Cheryl's got 2 bags of our Hooper's Creek medium roast. This is our best seller. This is what I recommend to people if they haven't tried our coffee before, they're not sure what to try. Try this. It's a total crowd pleaser. It's going to have just a little like sweetness of milk chocolate to it. But this is not a flavored coffee. It's fair trade organic coffee. This comes from Chiapas, Mexico. It's a single origin coffee too. So all these beans come from the same cooperative of farms in Chiapas, Mexico. This is in the southernmost state of Mexico. That's Chiapas. So it's right on the Guatemala border. All the best coffee in the world is grown at high elevation, high humidity. And that's exactly what Chiapas is. High elevation, high humidity. It is really close to like Central America. So coffees from this region typically have like a little bit of like milk chocolate sweetness to them. They tend to be really, really balanced cups of coffee. And that is exactly this. Total crowd pleaser cup of coffee right here. So thank you, Cheryl, for coming back for your second order. That's super exciting to me. We also have a dark roast and we have a seasonal light roast. Right now we're selling our winter seasonal light roast, which is from Papua New Guinea, which is delicious too. We'll get this one out the door. If you have any questions about the coffee, let me know. If you're looking for a recommendation, you can always let me know what you currently drink. Just let me know the brand and the roast, and I'll tell you exactly what I would recommend from our coffee. If you're ordering our coffee for the first time and you typically drink something that's more like Folgers or something in that ballpark, we typically recommend that you put a little bit less of our coffee in your whatever your coffee maker is. Just do a little bit less, like 5 or 10% less for that first brew, because our coffee, it's just so fresh that it's going to have so much more flavor and aroma than that coffee that's been sitting in your grocery store for months at a time. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate your order so much. Oftentimes our customers will say things like, I could smell your coffee before I even got to the mailbox. They were like, the aroma from like having that fresh coffee is just so much different than what you're probably used to from your grocery store shelves. Even the premium coffee in your grocery store shelves typically go through a supply chain where they're on trucks and warehouses and all that stuff before they get to, the back room at the grocery store, sit out there for a little bit and then make it out to their shelf. So I think you will taste and smell the difference of that fresh coffee that was roasted on Thursday. My mom just came in with an order. I got Mom hooked on the coffee. Thank you, Mom, for supporting our small business and for getting some delicious coffee. Mom got 2 bags of our winter light roast. So let's get a shipping label. She just ordered on the live. Mom, are you watching? Or did you just happen to order? So we'll get this shipping confirmation out to Mom. Clothing, and I'm starting to see people turn the corner into spring, buying a short sleeve maxi dresses and some capris, a few shorts. I love to hear that. It's definitely the season for sure. Rosa Marie. My shipping screen is not loading. All right. Just reminding me, place my order. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia, we'll get your order packed and shipped right on the live. Alicia coming back for more. Thank you, Alicia. I'm excited to ship you some coffee. So coffee is my side hustle. As you probably know, that reselling was my side hustle for a few years before it became my full-time thing. And so here is we call it the peak season light roast. So it changes every season. We'll be changing to the spring pretty soon, but this is our winter one. It's going to have tasting notes of toffee and graham cracker, like little subtle taste. Again, it's not flavored coffee. That's just the flavors that come from the roasting process and the beans themselves. And this is from a small cooperative of coffee growers, farmers that are in Papua New Guinea. This coffee is one of our favorite seasonals that has come out yet. Really, really enjoy this one. Nice and light. It's not super bright though, like not super acidic. It's got that kind of graham cracker toffee kind of flavor to it, which keeps it a little bit more smooth and balanced. And some light roasts, which can be bright and fruity, this is not that type of light roast. I see your order, Alicia. Thank you so much. We'll get you shipped right here in a moment. All right, Mom, you're packed and ready to go. So before I got my mom hooked on our coffee, she was drinking that Green Mountain coffee, which is coffee out of Vermont. It is not like small batch organic type of coffee. It is definitely like mass produced coffee. So got Mom hooked on. Once she tried our light roast, she was like, this is like just a whole different level. So now she orders usually once a month or once every 6 weeks. So thank you, Mom. You're going to have a shipping confirmation here in your inbox in about 2 seconds here. Thanks to everyone who ordered for the first time last week. We sold a good amount of coffee last week on the live, more than we've sold in a while. So that was really exciting. I appreciate everybody. A lot of first time orders, which is really cool. Yay. Thank you, Alicia. Mabashir, thank you for the offer. I'm not interested in help growing my eBay business, but thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. What did I miss here? What up, Julia in the house? How are you? Mom, you got a shipping confirmation. It's in your inbox. And coffee's going out today, going to Florida. You should have this later in the week. What's today, Monday? My guess is Thursday, but maybe as soon as Wednesday, but I think you'll have it Thursday. Speaking of coffee, I need a sip. I got my Black Mountain Dark Roast going right there. It's cold brewed, and it's a little bit of oat milk. And there's that right there. All our coffee is available in whole bean. You can see this one's whole bean, but we also have it in ground as well if you prefer to have it already ground, or if you like to grind it yourself, order the whole bean if you have a grinder at home. So our dark roast is going to have a creamy body. It's going to have, I'm like kind of going off like what I'm drinking right now. A little hint of dark chocolate. And at the finish, you can get sometimes a little bit of jammy fruit. I'm not getting it right now, but if I'm drinking it hot, and as the coffee cools down, sometimes I get just like this little subtle like jammy fruit flavor. This is great for iced coffees. It's great for your regular drip coffee maker as well. And really good if you make espresso at home too. I would recommend this one. So this is a blend of 3 different beans from small farms in Honduras. And again, this is roasted fresh every single Thursday by our roasting partners, Dynamite. Dynamite Roasting has won Western North Carolina's #1 coffee roaster 13 years in a row. They've only been in business 17 years, and they've won #1 coffee roaster in Western North Carolina 13 times in a row. To win it once is impressive, but they've done it 13 times. They're great people. They make great coffee. They have great relationships with the farmers all over the world. And I'm just grateful to be able to partner with them. They're awesome, awesome people. Thank you, Lisa. We'll get your order shipped out just in a moment. That's awesome. Thank you so much for supporting our small business. It means a lot to me. Richard French is in the house. Mubashir, thank you again for your offer. I'm good, and that's the last time I'll say I'm good. But if you want to talk reselling, that's great. But I'm good with the sales pitch. Thank you. One no should be enough, but you got 2 now. And if you're gonna do a third, I'll preemptively put the third no out there just in case you rebut again. So so we took care of that. I love people pitching their business. It's good. I love people that hustle, but I said no, so I'm good now. I have a bunch of winter jackets and winter clothes to list. Is it best to put lower price due to season or price normally, knowing I'll probably be waiting? There's no right or wrong there. I mean, you could say, yeah, I'm going to price it down now to try to get the quick sale, and I'd be like, that's a great idea. Or you could say, no, I'm going to price it at what my usual price is, and it will sell in September or like October 1st or something like that. Both are the right answer. You just got to figure out what makes the most sense for you based on your storage, based on cash flow, that sort of thing. But I can see either answer being right. It just sort of depends. What's up? Denver Bloom is in the house. Is Denver your actual, like, is that your real name? It's a cool name, I think, Denver. If that's actually your real name, if it's your screen name, that's cool too. All right, let's get our next coffee order out the door. Next order is going to Alicia, and I see you, Lisa. I'll get you right after this. We got a bag of ground medium roast Hooper's Creek right here. If you're wondering the name Hooper's Creek, that's the creek that runs right by our house. I can look out and I can see that creek right now. It's tough to see in the spring and summer once like everything's bloomed, but right now, since nothing's bloomed, I can look out and see Hooper's Creek. So that's what is the name. They also refer to this area of our town. We live in Fletcher, North Carolina. They refer to this area as like the Hooper's Creek area, like kind of like an unofficial, like a neighborhood name. So if people say like, oh, where do you live in Fletcher? I'll be like, oh, Hooper's Creek. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. If you're local, you kind of know. So we got this going out to Alicia. Thank you for your reorder. You know I love the reorders. We got you hooked, Alicia. We got you hooked. I like it. If you have any questions about the coffee, let me know, and I'm going to drop the link again. The link is always in the description of this live stream, but just in case you are description challenged, I'll drop it right there in the chat for you too. If you're on Instagram, you'll have to just go to my profile, go to my website, you'll find the coffee. You can do it. Just click on my name. You will find it. There's a lot of information about the coffee, where it's from, what elevation it's grown at. There's a lot of like, if you geek out about coffee, you will find what you're looking for there. Alicia, thank you again. Hope you enjoy the coffee. You're going to get a shipping confirmation here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Maybe faster. If you order today during the live, just like with Alicia, we'll ship it out to you. This is what you do to dry off the ink. That's a pro move right there. I'll ship it out right during the live. Big dose of gratitude. Just like this. And I know some of you are like rolling your eyes. You're like a creator just selling some half-assed product or something. Like, listen, we partnered with, this is literally our favorite coffee in the whole world, the Hooper's Creek medium roast that we get roast. You know, we bought it right from the roaster Dynamite for years before we partnered with them. So it's our favorite coffee, and it's literally it's like top of the top shelf, right? Like it's organic, it's fair trade, it's roasted fresh every Thursday in small batches. I mean, you could see how low of a stock I keep because I try to run out every single week so that you're getting the freshest possible product. So, I mean, this is like top of the top shelf. And it's actually priced more competitive than a lot of my competition. You'll pay more money for similar coffee. If you're getting fair trade, organic, single origin coffee, like this medium roast, you're oftentimes going to pay more than what I charge. So I'm not even like gouging you or anything like that. So, but thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. Your coffee's heading out the door. It's only going to Ohio, so you probably have that on Thursday, but you've ordered before, so you probably know about how long it takes to ship from Western North Carolina to you. Our next order is going out to Lisa, I believe. I got you, Lisa. So, Lisa, I don't typically stock I don't keep the French press like in stock here. What I'll do is I special order it. Like if somebody puts in an order, I'll order it to get roasted and ground on Thursdays. So I don't have your French press in stock, but I can ship your whole order on Thursday. So I can ship you your whole bean dark roast or the Hooper's Creek French press roast or French press ground. You got it. So just let me know. I think you're still in the live, Lisa. So let me know if that's cool, if you can wait to Thursday. If you want to switch from the French press, if you're cool with just getting another whole bean, I do have the medium roast and the whole bean in stock. I just don't keep the French press. The reason I do that is not to be mean. The reason I do that is because people don't order it very often. So I don't want coffee to sit around. I want coffee to be fresh. So I've stopped just keeping it on hand. That is perfect. So wait till Thursday. You got it. I'll wait till Thursday, unless you tell me otherwise down below in the chat, because I can ship you the whole bean if you prefer. But thank you so much for your order. That means a lot to Kim and I. Is that your first order, Lisa? That's your first order too. So thank you so much. That's awesome. I really hope you'll love the coffee. You'll see that shipping confirmation with the shipping, with the tracking number. You'll see that come through on Thursday. So I'm going to put in the order Wednesday with the roaster for your French press, and that'll get roasted and ground Thursday morning. They'll deliver it to me in the afternoon, and I'll get it shipped out quick for you right there. So you'll get the freshest possible freaking coffee, literally same day roasted, shipped to your front door, which is pretty cool. So thank you for your patience. But that's the win of it. You get, just like Armstrong did last week. He ordered it during the live, and we ran out of his coffee. So we got it roasted. We shipped it out on Thursday, and he's getting it today. So that's cool. Just had my first Depop sale. Speak of the devil, Armstrong, over there on Instagram. So, all right, thanks all. If you do want to check out the coffee, I'll drop it one more time. Here's a link to our coffee website. If you have any questions about coffee, just let me know. It's right here behind me. And but I'm going to move on with shipping some Poshmark orders now, after a little bit of coffee break, so to speak. Now, thanks y'all for supporting our small little business over here. Let's do some Poshmark. Another one of these Polo Ralph Laurens. Not getting rich off these. This is a type of item that I'll pick up in the winter because other people are passing it up and stock up on it, and they typically start selling in March. This one actually sold literally, is it March 1st? Yep, this one sold yesterday on March 1st. So it's kind of like planned, perfectly executed. Sold for $17 on Poshmark. So not getting rich. I paid $5 at the thrift store. Poshmark keeps 20% in fees. So that means they're going to take $3.40. That's going to leave me with $13.60. And I paid $5. So I'm making $8.60 off this shirt. But for me, I'm here. I'm at the thrift store. The item's right there. I can throw it in the cart and make some money in March. So I do. It just, it all adds up eventually, right? So I don't do a ton of like $8 profit items, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the best pickup. But we sold 2 of them, shipping out the door today. 2 March 1st Polo Ralph Lauren sales. Nothing fancy. The cotton one with the little pony on the chest. Out the door with our first Poshmark. Next up, another one of those Adidas polos. So we sold 3 of them on eBay over the weekend, and we sold a 4th on Poshmark. This one's the little light blue color. The retail on this one's $90. I'm not sure why the other one said 100 and that one says 90, but it's the same exact one. It's got a pocket on the chest, and it says like Adidas on the pocket, and it's got the little trefoil logo. So this one sold on Poshmark. This was on a nifty best offer, so $37 on this one. A lot of nifty best offers this weekend and every weekend. Such a great tool to get me extra sales. Very rarely a day goes by where I don't have nifty best offer sales. It is just like such a powerful tool for our business. Next, so this is for Mac. By the way, if you haven't dropped the link, but if you're interested, you hear me talk about nifty a lot. You hear me talk about nifty a lot. It's because it's tightly woven into the fabric of my business. It gets me sales every single day. It's how I list all my items using the AI tools. It helps me cross-list items really quickly to Poshmark and Mercari. It manages my inventory. So if something sells on Mercari, it takes it down automatically from eBay and Poshmark. I don't have to click anything or type anything. It just happens. It just monitors sales on all 3 platforms constantly. So I love it. I just dropped a link for 15% off and a free trial. So you can click that link. You can sign up. You can try it for free for 7 days. You can try the AI listing tools. You can try the cross lister. You can try the automation tools like the auto offers, the auto delist and relist, and you can see how it impacts your business for that week. And then you can make a good decision if it makes sense for your business. Just because it makes sense for my business and I love Nifty doesn't mean it will for yours. So you can do the trial, 7 days, check it out, kick the tire, see if you like it. You have like a 7-day test drive. It's like taking home a car for 7 days, just seeing if you like it, seeing if it vibes with your family, with your business. And if you do, if you like it, that same link, it'll get 15% off your first month too. It's just a nice little bonus. But the biggest bonus, I think once you try it, you'll probably be like, man, why was I even thinking about the 15% off whatever? You're gonna be like, it's worth every freaking penny. Here we are on the 2nd. I'll actually do the math. I haven't done it yet today. Usually at the beginning of every month, I see how quickly it takes Nifty to pay for itself in additional profits. And typically it's either in the first day or the second day of each month. I've already paid for my $70 top notch subscription on Nifty. I've usually paid for it just in extra profits from Nifty sales, usually in the first or second day. So I haven't done that math. I hadn't thought about it, but we'll check that out. So then the remaining 29 days or 30 days of the month, I basically have it's almost like having a VA, doing delisting and relisting, sending automatic offers and all that stuff all through the month. So just a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, what do we got next? If you have any questions about Nifty, I am freaking here for it. Bought a whole bunch of these retail clearance collars in Co. This is a good pickup, both new and used. You can see the tag right there. This one is the featherweight. So what this is that its whole thing is it has a collar that's like a stiff, like dress collar, but it's like a polyester, moisture wicking, easy care, wrinkle free, non-iron type of shirt. That's just like super comfy, but it's got that like dress collar, right? So you can wear this like under a suit jacket or something like that. Kind of be like semi-formal, but comfortable at the same time. It's a Shark Tank brand, pretty hot seller right now. So this one sold on a Nifty best offer, $37. I had it listed for $42. And this shopper, Scott, came in, liked the item on Poshmark. 10 minutes later, Nifty saw that Scott didn't buy it full price, so Nifty sent a 10% off offer, closed the deal. I didn't have to click or do anything. It just happened. And we're shipping Scott his shirt. That's like our 6th or 7th Nifty, maybe 8th, like Nifty best offer sale from the weekend. I lost count. So many of those. And we got our last sale from the weekend. Really strong weekend. Again, we had over 10 sales every single day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday was 17. So first day of March, heating up with probably my best units day in a little while. I'm going to take that back. Well, hold on. 17 units on March 1st. I haven't had a 17 unit day. The most I've had this year, I had 16 last Sunday. And then in January, on the 3rd, I had 16 sales. So 17 is the high water mark so far for the year. So good things are coming. Usually March is when things really start cooking. Every day won't be awesome. March will kind of ramp up as we move through the month, but love kicking it off with 17 units. Here's a pair of Prana Brian pants. Two models from Prana that sell particularly well are the Prana Zion and the Prana Brian. They both look really similar. They're both like a moisture wicking, stretch polyester hiking pant. So that's really what you want to look out for. Not all Prana is a great seller, just like most brands. There's good stuff, there's not so good stuff, and then there's really crappy stuff. This is good stuff from Prana, the Prana Brian pant. This one's a size 40 by 34. It's going to Emily. This sold for a best offer. And actually, let me look. This was a Nifty best offer for $30. So I had it listed for $34. And Nifty sent a 10% off offer to Emily. And Emily accepted that offer. So I paid $5 for this pair at a thrift store. I actually found 2 of them in the same size, just 2 different colors at a thrift store about 40 days ago. And I did a post about finding a pair of these Pranas about a week ago. And I asked people, pick or pass for $10 on a pair of Prana Brians. And like 90% of people said pass. Wow. So many people said like they don't buy anything Prana. There was all kinds of like opinions that I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Like, so I did a follow-up post about it when these sold on Saturday, just to let people know, like, I'm telling you, this is like a good seller. Prana Brian. That's out the door. So I paid $5. Sold on Poshmark for $30. Poshmark's going to take 20% fees. So that means they're keeping $6 to themselves. They're giving me $24, and my cost of goods was $5. So I'm going to make $19 off this pair of pants. This pair sold in 40 days on Poshmark, and that was on. I got a little assist from Nifty with the auto offer on that. Nifty has completely boosted my sales. Yeah, it's when I say like game changer, man. Some of you have been watching me a long time, and I don't tend to be like use like a lot of hyperbole, um, a lot of like hype sort of stuff. I tend to be just pretty much like low and slow and real about things. But man, that Nifty is it's the cross lister I always kind of hoped for. I always said, like, why doesn't one of these cross listers build the automation tools into it? I used to have a cross lister and an automation tool separate, and they didn't talk to each other, and it always created a lot of problems. It was a pain in the butt. Like, why doesn't somebody just do? If somebody can do one of these things, and this person can do one of these things, why can't they do both of these things? And that's exactly what Nifty is. Nifty used to be known as something called Auto Posher. And what they were is they were a Posh automation bot. So they just did automation. So they moved into the cross listing game. I always thought that it was going to be a cross lister that was going to add the really good automation tools, but it was the other way around. We had the best automation tools in the business decided to add the cross listing, and it's the best cross lister in the business and the best automation tools all wrapped into one sign in, one monthly payment, and they talk to each other because it's the same darn system, which is beautiful. So it doesn't create the mistakes that those other things did. But it is the tool that I always wished that somebody would come out with. And I joined when they first launched I did a trial when they first launched it back in April of 2024, which is coming up on 23 months ago, when I made the switch from another cross lister and another automation program over to Nifty. And I was like, in that 7-day trial, I was like, yep, I am freaking sold. This is everything that I had hoped for from a cross lister, and that I've been talking about for a long time. Nifty is awesome to expedite listing products and manage your inventory, and they're always improving it. That's the thing. It's always getting a little better. They just made the AI lister tool like a little bit better, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, really like tightened up the way they were doing the titles and the descriptions. Like I just keep seeing these like little subtle improvements. It's scary to think where the AI is going to be in like another 6, 8, or 12 months. But Armstrong says, do you have to do the promote it part of eBay listing on the eBay site outside of Nifty? I'm still working on getting all the automation tools going. So what I do, Armstrong, is I set up an automated, it's called an automatic promotions, automated. Hold on a second. I want to make sure I get the wording right. Okay, so what you want to search for is promoted listings, automated campaigns. Just search Google for how to set that up. That's what you'll want to set up. And basically it's going to add the same promotion rate to all of your items. So then when Nifty delists something and then relists it, it's going to add that promotion rate. Or when you list it the first time, right? It's going to automatically add. So if you set that automated promotion rate to 5%, every time Nifty pushes an item through to eBay, eBay is going to add that promoted rate. I imagine at some point, Nifty will add that as an option built into Nifty. They continue to add new things constantly. I don't have any inside information about that. I haven't talked to them about that. It wouldn't be a bad idea to reach out to them about that, though. But that's the workaround, is to just set up an automated campaign through the promoted listings on eBay. And that way all your listings will get promoted as soon as they get pushed up. We've increased our sales by 50% by adding Nifty and Poshmark. Crazy. I mean, that's a big deal. We also added Mercari, only 5 sales there. We added them 2 months ago. Yeah, you probably have about the same amount of sales as I have on Mercari over the past couple months. It's been slow. It's about 2.4% of my sales on the year. So, yeah, well, thanks everybody for hanging out and talking. And it makes my afternoon a whole lot more fun when I can ship, when I'm hanging out with you. Otherwise, I'm just talking to the wall and all that stuff. Thanks to everybody who jumped in and bought some coffee, either for the first time or you reordered. I really appreciate that. Lisa, I'll get your order out on Thursday, and a big shout out to Alicia for getting some coffee ordered today during the live, and to Mom who ordered some coffee during the live. And thanks Cheryl for getting in an order yesterday for your reorder, your second order. Appreciate everybody. And honestly, the best thing you can do to support this channel is just to show up to these lives, to hit the like button, to converse with me, say some stuff in the chat. And I love hearing about your business. I love answering your questions and all that stuff. So That's the most important thing. Show up. If you haven't watched our new YouTube video, I dropped it yesterday. Every Sunday, I'm dropping a YouTube video at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So we dropped one yesterday, thrift haul video. I go through 30 items in about 35 minutes. I show you everything that I picked up at 6 different thrift stores in Asheville. And I got into it. I tell you exactly why I picked up that item. I tell you about how much it should sell for and all that stuff. So I think it's like a good, way to expand your knowledge and maybe add some brands or some models to your list so that you can go out the next time you source and maybe find something, bring home something that you hadn't brought home in the past. So that's what that video is all about. I just dropped it yesterday. Go check it out. I'm going to drop the link to YouTube down below in the chat in case you're watching on Facebook, so you can go over and check it out. If you're watching here on Instagram, you'll just you can find my YouTube just by clicking on my name and going to my profile, and you'll see the link over to YouTube. Go check it out. It is 30 items. We go through it all. I love putting out those videos for you. Appreciate all your feedback on those videos. We'll see you next Monday. I hope you have an awesome week. I hope you get some great sales. I hope you find some really great stuff when you're out and about, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace.